All right. Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's staying safe, staying inside. So I'm going to show you one of the best combat conditioning workouts that I've ever had for decades. Been doing this for decades. It's one of the best solo combat conditionings. It comes from Bas Rutten. He is multiple-time pancrase champion, UFC champion, and only lost one kickboxing match, Kyokushin karate practitioner. I'm going to put a link of some guy doing the workout, and then I'm going to show you techniques that go with the workout, because all Bas is doing is just calling out numbers, and then the techniques go with the numbers, and then he'll put the techniques also in there. I'll show you what I mean by that. So it comes from his. So like I said, I'm going to put the video up of the guy doing it, so that you have numbers, so you have something to go by. But I highly recommend that you eventually go and buy this yourself. It's called Bas Rutten's Mixed Martial Arts Workout. It is the best combat cardio workout ever, and it's one of the reasons is because it's varied. And like, you know, when you do a cardio workout, you know, you do 10 push-ups, you know, 20 burpees, 50 mountain climbers, whatever, you know that's coming. With this, you don't know what he's gonna call next. You just got to be ready to go and go and go and go. So he has boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, and all-around workout. So for boxing, just punches. For Muay Thai, punches, kicks, and then for MMA, it's punches, kicks, sprawls, and sit-outs. And then for the all-around workout, punches, kicks, sprawls, sit-outs, push-ups, crunches, you know, just a little bit extra workout stuff. I'm going to go through the techniques. I'm not going to go through a lot of detail. For that, I highly recommend you get the Bible. And I know it seems like I'm, you know, advertising Bas, but he's my favorite fighter of all time. So, you know, I highly recommend everyone getting this. It's called Bas's Big DVDs of Combat. It's like $100, but it's the Bible. The reason I say that is because it has all your core techniques, from the jab all the way to the ground. It starts with a warm-up, then you got striking, then you got grappling. And the other great thing about this is that when he shows you the technique, he'll then show you pulling them off in his actual fights. So, you know, like I said, they're old, but they are still effective today in the streets, in the ring, you know, on the mats, whatever you want to call it. Right here. These highly recommend. Everyone should have. Oh, what's that? Did Bas sign those when I met him? What? Oh, I didn't even notice that. Huh. All right, let's get on to techniques. So, like I said, he'll call out numbers 1 through 4, and I'll go through those what they are. So, you know, in your stance, if you're orthodox and your left foot's forward, so that means your lead foot, your lead hand is your jab. So left foot, left hand, there's your jab. In orthodox, your right hand is your cross. And your orthodox, your left hand is your hook. Cool? Pretty basic. Southpaw, your right foot leads. So that means your right hand is your jab. Your left hand is your cross. Your right hand is your hook. That's pretty much basically what you need to know. When he says sprawl, you know you're going to sprawl down. Most people know. You go down, push your hips down, because you're trying to hit them with your hips. For beginners, I would say look up. That helps you get your hips down even more. Okay? And then you'll come up. So he'll say defense, and that's when you sprawl, and you come back up. I come back up with the knee. One, to give it more of the workout, and also because in a real situation, if someone tried to take me down, I'm going to sprawl out, and then I'm going to, boom, make them pay for trying to take me down. Quick, higher little level detail on that. But, you know, when I start doing it properly now. When you throw that knee, if you're going to throw that knee, if you're going to do it in a real fight, someone's taking you down, make sure you don't leave space like this. So don't just throw the knee like nothing. Make sure that knee is tight. Try to point the toes back, because if they're trying to take you down and that space is there, they can get that leg. So even they might take the shot to the face and boom, grab that leg and then they got your leg, right? That's what I mean. Or they'll just go in and, you know, maybe they'll accidentally just grab it. So try to get in the habit of keeping that tight so they can't get their hand in there and grab it. You know, It's a lot harder to grab this much mass as opposed to this much mass. All right. So get in the habit of doing that, and also, you know, extend the hips. Okay. If you want to do that part, that's a little bit higher level. You don't have to do that. You can just sprawl and come back up again. Okay. When he says defense, that's what you do. He also says defense and stay down. So he'll say defense. Boom. I'm going to go into my sprawl, and then he'll say right. I'm going to come and try to break this down as much as I can. I'm going to take when he says right, I'm going to take my right leg, stick it out, left hand goes behind, right? Sit out, that's what it's called, sit out. Then I come back, boom, and it'll say left. Then I'll take my left leg, stick it out, right hand goes back. You don't have to put your right hand back, but it's just good emphasis on popping the hips up, okay? And then come back, right? Move around. Same thing when you're standing and doing these. Move around, okay? A lot of people, you know, when they're sparring, fighting, or whatever, they just back up. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos where a person's just backing up and they're just getting tagged over and over again. So do your technique like when he says one, boom, boom, move, right? Get in the habit of circling and shuffling and staying in your stances, okay? Those are a couple key things, fundamental things. Now let's go into what these things are. When he says one, he means a jab. Again, orthodox, jab, right? So he'll say one, but then he wants you to, in the MMA workout, which is what I'm going to send you, what I'm sending you, he wants you to throw a kick with the opposite foot of the hand that landed. So when, get back, sit down. When he says one, jab, back up. When he says one, he wants you to kick with the opposite leg. So one looks like this. One, kick, right? Now, you might say, oh, I can kick to the head. Hey, we're quarantined for weeks. Start stretching. Because the more you kick to the head, the easier the other kicks become. Okay? Watch your children. Anyway, constantly when I'm sparring, I'm accidentally kicking people in the head all the time. Not hard, because I can control it. But, you know, kicking to the head is just so easy for me. Because I kick to the head all the time. So all the other kicks just come so much easier. So I highly recommend stretching and practicing kicks to the head. And then when you want to kick the other ones, you know, body, leg, big one, I'll come to the second. So that's one, all right? One, this hand travels, boom, boom, other leg kicks. Two, one, two, cross, right? Now you can either do calf kick, which I've been really getting into, because back in the day, we used to throw them right to the thigh. Now everybody knows well, a lot of people know in the martial arts world, the devastation of a shin to the thigh, right? But lately, I've been realizing, seeing in the UFC, watch Rafael dos Anjos, Robbie Lawler, them calf kicks, baby, whew, they like take your opponent off, you know, like he dips like this, you catch him with uppercuts, and they wear that leg down, you know, people don't expect it. Most people on the streets, you know, they want to knock you out with one good haymaker, so the most of the time their head's back like this because they don't want to get hit and they want to swing. That leg is right there. Calf kicks, and I can't believe I haven't done them for years, because when I did Kung Fu, you know, we would, you know, practice kicking inside the shin, outside the shin, inside the thigh, outside the thigh, body, liver, kidneys, head, and then body. And I just never used them in sparring or combat or anything like that. I just kept kicking to the thigh. And then I'm like, why haven't I kicked to the calf? I'm telling you, calf kicks are the thing. Go, you know, when you get a chance, get to a bag and just start, you know, kicking the bottom of that bag, getting that used to that calf kicking style. So anyway, that's two. Now with two, you either do the calf kick or 1, 2, switch, head kick. The reason that I switched is because the longer the technique travels, the more power it has. So from here, if I head kick, right, it's good, you know. But here, once I bring that technique back more, and you can't really see my hips, but I have them cocked, you know, torqued, turned, whatever you want to say, a little bit more, that's really getting the power out there. So the further technique travels, the more power it has. That's why the cross, overhand, things of that nature, right? Are more powerful than just the jab. Don't say the jab's not powerful, because some people can knock people out with the jab, but, you know, generally I keep my jab out because I have range, like I said. Then 3. 1, 2, 3 is the hook. This hand lands, so then this leg is gonna kick. Okay? Pretty simple. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bas calls this the right straight, by the way. And again, boom, calf kick, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch head kick. That's pretty much the basis of it. Now I'm gonna show you one cool thing about this. And then I'll show you it in action. You can add your own, you can make your own techniques for these numbers. You can add to this. What I do is I add to this. And I kind of make my own too. So I'll just give you an example. For 1, right? He says jab. So for every 1 that I want to do now, I add a defensive technique first. So my 1 looks like this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me finish it. Did you see what I did? There was a defensive technique in there. Defensive technique was the parry. Okay? I just did it subtly. I'm not parrying way down here. I'm just parrying his hand down, pop, hitting him. A big thing that's really good to do with this in sparring is, if you had your hand, right? And you're just, messing with your opponent, slowly start bringing your hand down a little bit, because their eyes won't be able to stop their brain from bringing their hands down just a little, as it sees your hand, as it involuntarily or unconsciously sees your hand go down. So I'm here, right? I'm jabbing, and I'm just going, and just imagine a couple seconds in or whatever, I do something, whatever. Then when I bring it back, I'm like here. So the brain is used to seeing this hand annoyingly in its face, right? Or the eyes are, sending the signals to the brain. This freaking hand is annoyingly in my face, right? So I'm gonna keep, get out of here, whatever the person's gonna do. But I'm slowly bringing it down a little bit more. Why? Because that brings their hands down just a little bit more. So the more I can get their hands down, the easier it is to parry that hand down and pop them, and then nail them with a bunch of shots afterwards, okay? So that's just one thing with a little added explanation as to how it can be effective and why it's done that way. And I'll show other ones later, but that's good for now, all right? Let's just go through it. 1, a leg. 2, 3, 4, sprawl, or he'll say defense. Defense and stay down. Right, left. Okay? That's pretty much it. And if you want to add mine in. 1. Okay? So yeah, I'm going to go through it here and show you how it's done. Okay, so I'm going to go through it, and I apologize. I'm just trying to make this. I think this is great, and I want everyone to experience it. But I never made a video like this in my life, so this is my very first time. So bear with me. I'm telling you, this is fun. So I'm going to put the video. I'm going to put the video on that I'm going to send to you guys. Now you know the techniques and what goes with it. It's going to take you a while, but you'll get it. Okay, 1 jab. Okay, 2 jab cross. 3 jab cross hook. 4 jab cross hook. And what he says is right straight. But then you'll hear him say other techniques in. And for this one, I'm going to try to do both. I'm going to try to keep up with him, and then I'm going to slow it down and go through the techniques. All right? And then I'm going to also try to add mine in. All right? And you can do this any way you want. Here we go.
That you make all the sprawls and keep going. And we're going to start in 15 seconds.
Move. Stay in your stance and shuffle. Move. Practice sprawling. Practice checking kicks.
10 seconds.
Here we go. It's exciting.
Get ready, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. 4. Defense. 4. Defense. Defense. Right straight, left hook. Right straight, left hook. Defense. Left hook, right uppercut. 4.
Okay. So, I'm telling you, it's a good workout. So I'm keeping up with him. He didn't do mine yet, so I didn't get a chance to do mine. But you saw he said, he said, he said like, he said a technique. When I did just a technique, like when he said left hook, I threw the left hook and the kick after. Whatever technique he calls, do the kick on the opposite side. So when he does the numbers, whatever technique lands last, that's the opposite kick. And again, always try to go for head kicks. What else did he say? Well, you heard him not call a number. He just said right straight, left hook. Or left hook, right uppercut. You can add stuff in there. Like I threw a right hook, dip, and then uppercut. There's so many things you can do with this. It's so much fun. And then you see when he says defense, I sprawl. I don't think I did my knees, which I normally do. But you do a knee coming up, okay? And so we'll keep going now. And now I'm gonna break down the technique. So now you can see the cardio side. Now you can see the technique working side.
Defense. Defense. And 2. 2 and a right straight.
All right, slow down now. You said 2.
And a right straight left hook.
And a right straight. That's the last technique that lands. So it's going to be the opposite kick. And you can do this. You can work on your technique. And then I'll catch up with him. He said 3 and a right straight. So 3, 1, 2, 3, right straight. Okay. Defense.
1.
Boom. Here's mine. Boom, bop. The table's there.
2.
Boom, bop.
Defense.
Okay? So,
Defense.
that's pretty much it. It's 3 minutes. You can just keep replaying this video and do as many rounds as you want. I'm telling you, it's a great all-around, full body cardio. Work on your techniques. Work on your shadow boxing. Work on your sprawls. Your sit-outs. But you can add other stuff to it because it's just numbers along with him throwing in techniques. So, again, I'm going to send you this link, but I highly recommend you guys going out and getting these. Have fun. Stay safe. Holla.